Hi, welcome to my podcast, Creative Full Time, where we interview people in the entertainment industry and find out how they're doing the damn thing here in Canada. I'm very excited about today's guest. Her name is Conni. She's fabulous. You've seen her in Hallmark movies, you've seen her on TV, film, commercials, and most recently, Priscilla, that's in theaters right now. For more interviews just like this one, please subscribe to our channel, Creative Full Time, and follow for more. Hi, welcome to my podcast, Creative Full Time. Today we are interviewing Conni, and she was born in Calgary, discovered a love for performing arts as a dancer. She's trained in ballet and jazz and tap, and she landed the lead role in a high school play that changed the course of her life. Since then, she's made her way to Toronto, where she gained momentum in the industry with commercials and booking roles on film and television. She has had a supporting role in a web series, Swerve, and she's far from done with more projects on the way that we'll get into. Please welcome Conni Mew.
Oh, thank you.
Am I
Thanks for
saying your
having me.
last name right? Mew?
Yeah, Mew.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Good. I just want to make sure. Somebody didn't correct me on a previous podcast, and I was like, "How dare you?" Yeah, I was like, "You should have corrected me."
No, it's me.
Perfect. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
My pleasure. My
Thanks for having
pleasure.
me.
Oh, my pleasure as always. Oh, sorry, I'm moving this. I like to start at the beginning of when you first birthed the dream of becoming an actor.
When I first birthed the dream, I mean, I grew up as a dancer, so I knew I loved performing.
Yes.
I used to do this really wild thing where I would have, you know, like the DVD recorders. The portable ones.
Oh, yeah.
I would record like Wizards of Waverly Place or Hannah Montana, and I'd like hide that under my bed at nighttime, plug in my earphones, and then lip read all the words of like the thing. So I think there was something in me that kind of knew that I did want to be an actor because I was acting to my stuffed animals already. But it didn't take me until high school when I did that play that you mentioned that I was like, I think acting's the thing.
What play was it?
It was Mean Girls.
No way! Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Were you Regina or Katie?
I was Katie.
Nice.
I know, so weird.
That's
but yeah,
so fun.
yeah, it was very fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So did you go to a performing arts high school then?
I didn't. I went to, it was actually quite like a strict, well, not strict, but it was definitely university prep. It was very academic based. The arts kids were kind of on the outside of things, so it certainly was not cool to be in arts.
Fair. Yeah. And this was out in Calgary.
This is out in Calgary.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Wow. My school was poor. We had nothing like that.
Oh,
We had no place. But then you decided to, or did you go to school out in Calgary, or did you move to Toronto right after high school?
I went to University of Calgary for 2 years. I was doing, I did a degree in dance technically, and then I was trying to see if I could make it a theater degree.
Right.
And in doing that, since the classes overlapped, they basically said, oh, you could do that, like a double major, but it'll take you 8 years.
Oh, wow.
And so that was,
that's nuts.
like, I'm out. I'm good. And the theater thing wasn't quite lining up with what I wanted to do anyways. I wanted to do film. I knew deep down, I was like, I think it's film, but I was a little scared.
Yeah.
And then after that 2 years of university, I was like, okay, let's do it.
Nice. And then decided to make the big move to Toronto.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I know.
I love it. So to get into that school, did you have to do like an acting audition and a dance audition, or?
At the time, it was for me because I applied as a dance major. I didn't apply as a theater major.
Right.
It was just a dance audition.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember what happened in it, to be honest with you.
I'm just picturing Save the Last Dance with Julia Stiles. And
I think it
her
was
audition.
exactly like that.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So you decided to move to Toronto. What did your parents think about that? Were they supportive, or were they like, "What are you doing?"
They were very supportive. They are supportive. I think they were definitely like, "What the heck?" I forgot to double check. Are we not?
Oh, we can swear. Yeah.
Okay. They were like, oh, "What the hell?" You know, like, what's going on? But I think they kind of just realized, as been always the pattern in my life, that I kind of just do what I want to do. So my mom was like, okay, well, we can either fight this or we can just support this. You're clearly going to do this. It doesn't matter what I say.
Right.
So
good.
Yeah, they
Awesome.
just helped me move and pack my bags.
Excellent. And how did you find the transition from Calgary to Toronto?
It was, I mean, certainly a change. I came out with my partner, Chad. So we had each other, and it certainly wasn't as lonely as I thought. I think for anything, the transition was more about living out of my parents' house, being on my own. I mean, I was 19 or 20, so that was more the transition than necessarily the city.
Right.
Although
Okay.
the city was another thing too. It was kind of crazy.
For sure.
Yeah.
And so what was your plan when you arrived here? Were you looking at schools, or were you just looking to get an agent and dive right in?
Okay, so when we moved in June, when we came out in January to kind of suss things out, see like apartments, all that stuff, that's when I met Earl.
Oh, okay.
Earl at EVN Film Studios.
Shout out.
He's our coach and my everything. Anyways, so I met Earl on a one-off. I was actually looking at TFS, I was looking at York, I was looking at a ton of different universities to see if I could transfer for that summer, if that makes sense. But I walked into Earl's studio, met Earl, was like, I'm good, this is all I need. So once I had found Earl, I knew I'd found my path. I knew that if I followed this man, he would take me where I needed to go.
Yeah.
And so then when I landed in Toronto, it was the day after that I started classes with Earl.
Oh, amazing. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
So that was, he kind of has been guiding me since. And then I kind of waited for him to say, hey, you're good for an agent, or you're not good for an agent.
Right.
That kind of stuff, yeah.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. And so when you were applying for agents, what were some things that were important to you in an agent, or what were some questions that you asked in the interview process for?
Yeah, for sure. I've been through a few agents. I think in the beginning it was certainly a little bit more take what I could get.
Oh, absolutely.
Although I did find some amazing people along the way that did help. And I am forever grateful for my previous agents. They got me where I am.
Right.
But my most recent agent, for me, this last search, it was really about trying to find someone that would be on my team for a longer term. I wanted to make sure that we had a really good connection. We don't have to be like friends, you don't have to be friends with your agent, but definitely having like the communication, that friendly business relationship is so important. As well as I was looking at different rosters and going, okay, so what roster has like a fresh, fun feel that I want to be a part of, because they are representing me in the business. And the agent that I'm with, they have such a good reputation in the industry, and that's what I want to put my name next to, and that's what I want to be a part of.
Yeah, absolutely. Would you like to shout out your agent?
It's Emily at Amanda Rosenthal Talent. I love Emily. And Amanda, and the whole team, everyone there.
Awesome. How did you find EVN Studios? You said it was like a one-off, so have you researched them before moving to Toronto, like studios around town, and then just went in, or?
It was actually, so Chad had an agent back at the time.
Okay.
And Chad's agent was like, if you're moving to Toronto, you have to meet this man.
Oh, amazing.
And it was actually a meeting for Chad that I what's the word? It's not ambushed, is it?
Just tagged along.
Tagged along too. And so it wasn't meant to happen, but it was funny when I walked in. I mean, you know how spiritual Earl is.
Yeah.
When I walked into the studio, he was convinced he had met me before.
No way.
And it was just one of those things where I was like, well, I know you haven't, but there was something that I knew I was supposed to at some point come into contact with him. So
yeah,
for sure.
Oh, amazing. Yeah. Ooh, chills. Oh. I like that. Do you have any creative hobbies outside of acting to keep the creative juices flowing?
Well, I love yoga. I love yoga. I'm interested in photography. I'm not necessarily good at photography, but I really like documenting like travel and stuff in a cool kind of way to visually represent whatever I was feeling at the time. Like that's what I try to do, whether that comes across.
Your Instagram page is fire. I love it.
Oh, thank you.
Your pictures are great.
Thank you. I love a good puzzle. I don't know if that's like creatively doing something or actually just fixing a problem.
More Pigsy Rome, no.
You know, but
I mean, I think it just uses a different area of your brain, which would be important and cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. I guess that's kind of it. I don't know.
Excellent. Puzzles for Christmas for you.
That's mostly my list.
Yeah?
Yeah, if you can make puzzles, I'm content.
I love.
Yeah.
Noted. For when I'm rich, of course.
Right.
Have you ever submitted an audition you shot or a project that led to like another project by surprise, or any kind of funny connections along your journey so far?
I mean, I guess one tiny thing that does spring to mind, I'm sure there is something if I was to like really think about it.
Right.
But I did a commercial years ago, and I remember just having the happiest time on set. I really got along with the crew, director, everybody. And most recently, he offered me a role in a short film.
Oh, amazing.
So that was great.
Yes.
That I was like, heck yeah, I'm going to work with you 100%. It's such a great team. So that was an
awesome.
easy yes for me. Yeah.
Did you already film the short, or?
I did, yeah.
Yeah? How was it?
2 weeks ago. It was great. It was I mean, I had a small role, but it was fun. It was just nice to be around the team, around good people.
Yeah, it's really important, I find, on set, like having a good team, good group of people. It's always so frustrating when you have those people on set who are like complaining, and I'm like, what are you doing? You're here. You're living someone's dream right now. Yeah. Stop complaining. So that's super important. So I love that. You wanted to talk about Lucky Star. Tell me everything about Lucky Star.
I am so thrilled with Lucky Star. I shot this in January for a month and a half in Calgary.
Okay.
Director is Jillian McKersher. It is her second feature film, and I'm just really proud of the work that we did. And I don't know if I'm allowed to get into the plot. Maybe. You know what? I'm just going to stay safe, and I'm not going to mention the plot.
All right.
But it was just one of those experiences where everyone was on set and everyone was passionate to be there. And it was an acting challenge, and it felt good. Nice. And the hardest scene that we had to shoot, I was really lucky, proud, everything, to really find that pocket. And I feel like as an actor, there's nothing better.
Yeah, then get that magical moment.
Yeah.
Where
yeah, exactly. And it was an indie, so it felt like a family. It was just a great experience. I really hope everything comes through. I talked to Jillian actually yesterday.
Nice.
And she's happy with the edits and how things are coming along.
Good.
So whenever it comes out, I'm thrilled.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And when it comes out, there'll be a link in the description where you can watch it. Yeah. Or wherever it'll be. Yeah, wherever it'll be. It might not be a link. It might just be like, go here. Netflix. Right? Exactly. So it was a feature film. How long did it take you to film that? How many days, you said?
I think we shot over 18 days.
18 days.
But I was out in Calgary for like a month and a half.
Okay.
So that was a really great full circle moment where I got to go back home. I wasn't staying with my parents, but I got to finally experience what it would have been like to be an adult in the same city as my parents.
Nice.
And it was exactly what I thought. My mom came over unannounced with food. I would get texts of the inside of my apartment being like, hey, we dropped off X, Y, and Z in your fridge. Like, okay.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Mom. But yeah, it was great to have like that Calgary hometown vibe again.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So because you were there for a month and a half, was that like rehearsing or just prepping?
It was just...
Or just extra visit time?
It was just the way that the shoot days were and how they were spread out.
So it wasn't like 18 days in a row. It was spread out.
Yeah, we had the weekends.
Nice.
And I was on wrap day. Yeah, I was on wrap day, and I started on day 2, but I had fitting on day 1, so I was pretty much there for the whole process. Just if I wasn't shooting, I was chilling in my hotel or eating food.
That was
finding something.
So you've got into producing as well. You have a short called The Butcher that you'll be acting in and producing. So tell me about how that idea started and what made you want to start producing.
Yeah. Okay, so Chad wrote the script, and he was starting to get a team involved, and it started the project just started to have legs and started to take off, that he was getting overwhelmed, and I initially jumped on just as like a, do you need food? Like, I need to keep you alive. And so that's kind of what started me down this path, and I wanted to take on responsibilities, in part because I was curious, in part because I want to grow as I can in this industry, and then also the portion of just being like, what else can I do to just help Chad survive? But it really has taken on a beast of its own. I kind of love it. It's to be honest, it's the thrill of my life right now.
Oh, nice.
We're having great days, and then we're having terrible days. But it's the roller coaster, and there's just I see things in a totally different way than I did before. And I think the one main thing that pertains to acting that I've learned is that as an actor, it like, not to, how do I put this? As an actor, your role is super important, but it is funny as a producer to be like, the actor comes on stage or on set, they're like sweating, they're like, oh my God, I hope I get my like 2 lines right. And the producer's like, I've been at this for 2 months. You're gonna be fine. So just kind of putting, I'm curious to see how that'll play into my acting. I haven't acted since starting producing, but I'm curious to know how that's going to play a factor into everything. If hopefully I just am more chill.
For sure.
I mean, but I don't know. What do I know?
What do I know?
It's just the first thing I'm doing. So,
I mean, you're right though. It does help put things into perspective of, oh, this is what the other side is like, and this is what it looks like when actors do X, Y, and Z, or I can see the desperation in this actor. I don't want to do that, or I can see the natural flow of this actor. I want to do that kind of thing. So it definitely, I like the flip side, different perspectives. Definitely helps.
And casting, I mean, we saw some fantastic actors, but it's just it really comes down to who's for the part, like who's got the look. So it's not as personal, I think, as sometimes we're tempted to take it.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I've had times where I was just in a rush, and so I just went with the first person who like nailed it, and I was like, great, don't need to look at it like any more. Or I remember somebody that did a great job on the last thing, so boom, you're in. So if it's in a crunch time, then I just go with the easiest answer. Whereas if you have time to do like casting and look at people, then it's different. But I think on the other side, as an actor, I'd be like, oh, I submitted for this, I hope I hear back. It's like the producer's not even, they're just going down their list and doing their job. Like it has nothing to do with like your worth or your talent or anything
absolutely
like that.
Not.
That's kind of a relief as well. Just to be like, oh, okay, it's not me, it is you.
Or it's the project, it's whatever the situation is.
Exactly.
For sure.
Whatever's meant for you will find you. Perfect. Has there ever been a time that you've wanted to give up on acting?
You know, I've been thinking about this, and the answer is actually kind of no, which is weird. But I was thinking about why, and the thought that kept coming to me was, I think I've just never wanted to quit acting because, one, I love it, but also because everything in life is hard. So if I was to quit acting and do something different, there would still be hurdles, and there'd be still temptation to quit. And I think I just kind of accepted, well, if acting's what I want to do, then that's part of the deal, is that things are going to be tough, days are going to be tough, but I mean, it's no different than any other career. It's no different than any other thing. So
especially nowadays. I was watching a video not long ago. This lady was online and she was in tears about, she has a full-time job, her husband has a full-time job, and they're paycheck to paycheck right now because everything's just crazy. And I was like, see, there's no real security. Security is an illusion.
Absolutely,
And so do what you love to do. So I love that answer. Because I mean, I've only had a few times where I'm like, oh, maybe I've had a few times where I've complained about acting, but I don't think I've ever wanted to quit, because it'll be just in your life in one way or another, in whatever capacity, right? Like I would do community theater if nobody was hiring me, or create your own stuff.
Totally.
So yeah, I think it's, I like your answer.
Okay,
if you're gonna want to do it, do it. Have you ever made a mistake in an audition or on set?
I'm sure I have. Probably. I can't think of necessarily specifics. I think, well, I'm afraid that I, just block it out. Like maybe I have, and I'm like, I just black it out, like this is too painful.
Right.
But on the other hand, I also feel like mistakes are lessons that are meant to be made.
Yeah.
So I don't tend to get too down on myself when I do make a mistake.
Yeah.
So I probably have. I'm sure. I mean, everyone does.
Right.
It didn't stick with me.
Good. That's also good though. You don't
I'm gonna go
laying
home
awake. Like, oh yeah, remember that one time? But yeah.
Oh well, okay. If I guess the one thing that I would say is that for Priscilla,
yes,
I was thrilled to be on set. And I was like, oh my God, Sophia Coppola, oh my God, what am I doing here? What am I doing here? She made a mistake. I shouldn't be here. So I spent a little bit too long living in the imposter syndrome world that I didn't necessarily take in as much as looking back on it that I wish I had.
Okay.
I still had an amazing time, but I think there was definitely time wasted in being like, am I supposed to be here? And stressing about that. So maybe I would say that, I guess, would be a mistake.
Okay.
I think about it.
And how do you get yourself out of imposter syndrome mode? Do you have anything that you try to exercise when those moments arise?
I am still trying to work on that because I didn't fully figure that out when I was on set. I think just not questioning things too much would be probably what I would assume. That's what I tried to do, because I try not to think too hard about if I don't get the role. I don't know why I would expect myself to not do the reverse if I do get the role. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just trying to eliminate that overthinking both ways. I think would be more fair to myself. But
more in a neutral.
I don't know what happened. Either I got the role or I didn't.
And then just going through the motions of
just being like, I'm lucky to be here and just enjoy it.
Yeah, that's amazing. How did Priscilla happen? Tell me everything. So the audition process, what was that? Was it just one audition and they were like, great? Or was it a few auditions?
It was one audition. It was improv, actually.
Oh,
so I got a
really?
scene that was a description of being by the pool, improv, 1 to 2 minutes. I was a little bit cranky that day. Just a little bit cranky, because I was like, I don't want to do that. I'm not going to get cast for this. Like, why would I get cast for this? Oh, this is, so silly, whatever. And I did it. And then when my agent did call me to be like, you got Priscilla, I genuinely forgot what the show was, because I didn't even consider it in the realm of possibility.
Right.
But that was pretty crazy, because I got the call Friday night. I was working at a restaurant as a bartender. I kept getting like millions of calls coming through, and I was okay, I have to pick up my phone. Got on the call, realized I booked Priscilla, and my agent's like, hey, so they're picking you up Sunday night. Monday you're on set. By the way, they need you for a fitting tomorrow.
Jeez.
And I was like, okay. I had to quit my job that night, and I got to live the dream for a second.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so I had to quit my job that night.
Oh no.
But no, darn. Sorry, guys.
I guess I have to go live my dream. They're literally calling me.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
But yeah, it was quite a crazy 48 hours. I was the last person. Pretty sure the last person cast. Maybe there was somebody else, but I'm pretty sure I was the last person cast, because when I got even to the fitting, everyone else had known each other for weeks.
Oh, no way.
They'd been doing cast bondings with like Jacob Elordi and all that stuff.
No way.
So I felt very behind.
Yeah? Did you have, Because when you walk onto a set and everybody's still melded, do you have a hard time like being like, hi, here I am, and I'll just fit myself in somewhere, or was it easy to meld in with everybody?
I think it was. I mean, the cast is so nice and so welcoming and so kind. It was very easy to get along with everybody.
Oh, that's good.
I think it was more just my own personal panic of being like, okay, everyone else has done research on the character for a while and read the script, read the book, but you know. So I was just a little bit behind on homework.
Oh, okay, got you. Nice. And so how long were you shooting that for?
That shot over 30 days and I was on for 10.
Nice.
And as well, I was on first day and I think like second last day. So I got to kind of see everyone go on the journey.
Oh, fun.
Really great.
So you were there for the whole time and then shooting for 10 of those days?
Yeah, 10 days interspersed in the whole month that they were shooting.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
It was super fun.
Yeah? Do you have any little highlights of that experience, or just the whole thing?
No, I mean, it was such a fever dream. Sophia is again, like, just, she's an angel. Like, you're just like, wow.
Right.
Honestly, it was just being on set, seeing how things run, and she always had music playing, 60s music playing, so the vibe was always like immaculate. The set design, the costumes, everything, just seeing it all together. I mean, when you watch the movie, I'm not a large role by any means, but it was just more, I felt so lucky I got to step into this time machine with everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And where did it film?
It shot GTA and then as well as in Toronto. So there's like a Vegas scene that is actually the Elgin.
Oh, okay, yeah, the Elgin Theater. Yeah.
That they actually CGI'd like the street to make it look like Vegas.
Nice.
And then some stuff they built his house on a set.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Wicked.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so awesome. And you're union, right?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
perfect. How did you get to being union?
Well, one of my older agents, who I'm still so fond of her.
Yes.
Just through her and auditioning with her, I got the Hallmark and that Lifetime movie, and that just got me enough credits to get into the union.
Amazing. Do you recommend that actors join the union as soon as they can, or how did you feel that out of when the timing fell right?
I certainly feel like there's no right answer for anybody. It's certainly how you feel best and where you are in your career. I did maybe 4 years, I think, of non-union work where for 1 year I was just submitting myself. I didn't have an agent. And then the other years my agents would submit me for short films, stuff like that. That I could just get that on-set experience, and I felt comfortable, I felt ready, I felt just really hungry to get into the union. So that's what I followed, was kind of just like an inner compass for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
But some people, it doesn't work out for them that way, and they want to join the union right away because that's the right thing for them. By all means, do that. Or some people, I know a friend of mine, he's actively staying non-union because the work's just rolling in for him right now. So he's happy.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice.
Yeah.
I like that. Do you have a favorite genre that you like to perform?
I like drama.
Drama?
I like drama.
Nice.
Maybe the occasional comedy, but I like drama. Give me something I can cry. You know,
yes.
I'm just kidding.
I'm just kidding. No, that's fine. You are naturally funny, though. Do you have a comedy background at all?
No,
I'm just naturally funny.
I think just naturally funny.
I love it.
Maybe just like a self-defense mechanism. I don't know. Does that count?
No, that's how mine originated. So yeah, totally good. It's totally. It 100% is a qualification. It should be like a university credit, just like trauma question mark. So do you have a dream role, like for the future, that you would love to do, either on screen or on stage?
Well, you know, I don't know, does my dream role count if it's in the past? because I love Katniss Everdeen.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll ever do another one, and
they're always doing remakes.
I'm definitely past the age of Katniss Everdeen at this point. Like, not like young girl, but that.
Yeah, but I feel like Jennifer Lawrence wasn't the right age for the books either. So, you still got time. You still got time.
Oh yeah, I guess so. Mm-hmm. But anyways,
so Katniss
Everdeen. If they ever make, if they ever make another one, they just made another one.
They could do like a TV series.
But
that'd be cool.
But yeah, like a female heroine. Mm-hmm. Yeah, someone
badass.
Badass.
Yes.
Yeah. I'd love to do something like that.
That'd be wicked.
Yeah,
that'd be wicked.
With stunts and stuff.
Yes. Yes. Have you ever done stunts in previous work?
I did stunts on. We talked a little bit about this before, but a TV show that we cannot name.
Yes.
I did stunts for that, and that
Amazing.
was so fun.
Awesome. So how much time do they give you to rehearse for stunts or work on stunts? Just the stunts.
The stunts, it was just, the stunt part was just a day before.
Oh, okay.
And just a couple hours and then on set.
Nice. Yeah. How was that experience?
It was great. It was great. I learned so much on that particular set. I guess one thing in particular that always sticks out in my mind is not the stunt rehearsal, but like regular rehearsal. Just the hey everyone, let's just get this up on its feet for the first time.
Right.
Before we do crew blocking, before we do anything else, that rehearsal. In particular, I think it was cast member maybe number 4 or 3 or 2. He's up on the call sheet.
Yep.
Dude did not have his lines memorized.
No way.
And neither did the other actor playing against him, who's also a very seasoned actor. They just let it rip for rehearsal. And it was amazing. Just they were improvising new lines, they were making discoveries.
That's fun.
They threw it all away. And I was going in being like, okay, I have to hit my exact line that was written for me. But after seeing that and seeing very, very seasoned actors just go for it, and seeing the value of what that would bring to their scene later on, that lesson was invaluable to me. So now, whenever I'm on set, I always try to push for that. I'm like, can we do like just like a fun, just whatever happens, worst way possible kind of rehearsal.
Oh, that's fun. That's amazing. Yeah. I want that every day.
Yeah.
It's so fun. What do you think is getting in your way of going to the next level of acting, whatever that means for you?
I think it would most likely be myself.
In what way?
You're like, what?
No, the answer is always yourself. A lot of people answer their selves. I'm just like, but which part?
Right. My ego.
Yeah?
My ego, yeah. I don't necessarily think that I have an extremely large ego. I hope not. But it's always a battle. I think for most people, we're tempted to let our ego come in, whether that's self-doubt, whether that's having too big of an ego, whatever that is. I think that would most likely be what gets me, because it usually gets me in life. That's probably what I would say.
Okay.
I know that.
No, that's a good answer.
Out of all the answers, I think that one was the most out of left field, and I'm so sorry.
No, not at all, not at all, not at all. Because it is usually people are like, oh no, it's me, and I'm like, yeah, but how? Like I want to dig deeper into what it is. So yeah, ego makes sense though, because it's always that internal battle in your head, right? Of the annoying ego.
Yeah. And
it has like no place in art. Where it's like, you're not helping, shut up. I just need to do what I need to do. Like the ego just blocks people, everyone, in so many different ways.
Totally.
It's very creative.
And I think as well, even just the ego, right, trying to figure out what is the next level.
Okay.
It's really what is the next level. Yeah. I don't really know what that is, and if there really, I don't think there really is one. I think it's just a journey, and just whatever happens and however you want to go on your journey. But for sure my ego goes, I should be farther along.
Oh yes.
That person did that, don't
and they were only 21 and famous. What's wrong with you? We're like,
Right, exactly. Yeah. So probably in that regard, the
okay,
ego. Yeah.
Nice, good answer. I like it.
We'll go with that.
Before we wrap up, do you want to tell our listeners where people can follow you on social media?
Yeah. Okay. I have just Instagram.
Excellent.
Conni Mew, and I think I have a Threads, but I don't. I think I have a Threads, but it's certainly not active.
Yeah.
And if you find me anywhere else, I don't know what's going on. If I think I have Facebook that is linked to Instagram.
Oh, okay.
If I post on Instagram, it goes to my Facebook.
Yep.
But
mainly just the Instagram.
Yeah, and then I'm seeing a bunch of logos over there, and I think I have TikTok, but also followers, be warned, I don't think I use it.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither. Well, more than I never use Twitter or X or whatever it's called now.
Right.
I'm never on that one either.
Yeah.
Anyway, I like to finish up our podcast with fast 5 questions before we go. So, favorite candy?
Chocolate?
Chocolate counts. Chocolate's great. 3 must-haves on set.
Hot water pack.
Ooh.
Because they will make you shoot outside, and that's the worst.
It's always freezing, even if you're inside. It's a warehouse, so it's cold.
Yeah, because they have to turn off the heating or hot water pack. And I guess a kettle would also go attached to that. And a battery pack, an extra battery charger, and a Kindle or a book.
Yes, excellent.
Practical stuff.
Favorite genre of film to watch?
It would be whatever Succession and The Bear is.
Oh, so good.
Whatever that, and specifically that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I love both those shows are amazing.
Yeah.
Bear did not get renewed, and I'm so sad. Yeah. Oh no, not The Bear. Sorry. Wait, The Bear?
I swear, didn't it?
No,
don't
I lied.
do this.
Don't take any of that information for real. There's something that got canceled and it was heartbreaking. I don't think it's The Bear in my mind. Never mind. I think I'm thinking of something different.
Oh.
but something that I loved got canceled, and I can't think of what it is. I thought it was The Bear. It's not. Ignore me, everyone. Everyone, calm down. Go watch The Bear.
It can't be The Bear.
Question number 4: a quote you live by or try to live by.
Okay, I might be.
You can summarize it.
Yeah, I might be messing this up.
That's all right.
No matter how straight the gate or how charged with punishments the scroll, I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul.
Yes.
That's the one.
I remember that one. Yeah. I also don't know how it starts, but yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you nailed that one. Yeah. I love that one. And a piece of advice for other creatives who are just starting out on their acting journey.
I think make sure to cultivate a life that you love. Because acting and being creative, it's amazing that it fulfills you, but passion has to be 360. You have to love the life that you live. That's everything. That's your foundation. Be healthy, go to the gym, all that stuff. Work on yourself as well, and love your life first. First and foremost, love your life, and the rest will follow.
Nice.
I think that's probably what I would say.
Amazing. I love it. Thank you so much for being on our podcast. Oh, my pleasure, my pleasure. For more interviews, you can check out my channel, Creative Full Time. See you next time.